Good morning, everyone. Got your coffee? I got mine. So listen, you remember those names that I couldn't remember yesterday in the beginning of the video? Well, at the end of the video, because I forgot to do my morning thank yous. And those thank yous should have gone to Dawn and Vita yesterday morning. And I'm so sorry that I got that wrong. So to Dawn and Vita, thank you so much for thinking of me and making my life a little bit easier. I appreciate you both. I would also like to thank Crystal and Jeff, who also sent a little love my way. Jeff, though, explicitly wanted to help the pantry, and the pantry could always use it because right now the next thing that I need is a dolly. I definitely, after Wednesday, my back doesn't hurt this morning, thank goodness, but after Wednesday I don't want to go through that struggle again. So yeah, we need to get a dolly on deck. Couple of things, well, something I want to talk about before I get into what I want to actually talk about, and that is, listen, I had to unfollow and block two sisters recently that I love, by the way, both on TikTok. I love both these sisters because even though one is a lot younger than me, I learned so much from her. Very insightful young lady. And when I tell you the grasp that she has when on understanding what racism is and how it works and operates, you rarely do you see that in a black person that young. You know, usually it takes most of us growth, you know, years of having to experience racial inequity before we become that level of conscious. And so, and I always follow her, or I did. And then another sister, this sister, I mean, you talking about the gift of gab, and again, the way she understands racial nuance. I think this sister might be younger than me too. I'm sure that she is. And sisters, black women, you know, and I really hated that. But like I said in another video, I can't go into my 2025 having problematic white women drag down my timeline anymore. I can't. I don't want to see that anymore. I don't want to I don't want to see that anymore. I don't. It's exhausting. We can talk about racism without stitching, duetting, and forcing these problematic white women into the spaces of black women who are trying to heal and rest. We can do that. But as a person who has common sense, I also understand that I can't tell other black women, anyone, how to use their energy or what to do with their platform. The only thing that I can do, I can't manage or police someone else's platform. I can only manage and police my own. With that said, same goes for me. If ever you don't like what I am talking about, you don't like the discussion, you are welcome to not watch that video. That will always be a choice on the quiz. And if I am talking about something that you find unpleasant a little too often, the answer to that will always be to leave. I encourage you to explore that option before you try to police me, what I'm saying, or you try to customize my platform for the benefit of your comfort. You hear what I'm saying there? This my shit, don't tell me how to run it. If ever you feel like, I don't care how you approach it, whether it's with anger, whether it's nice, I don't care. The answer ain't gonna never be for you to tell me what to say or how to say it or what to do or how to do it. That will never be a choice on the quiz. Leave. That's always the answer. Enough of that. Black people, let me call you in. Let me call you in. Let me call you in. And I know this is going to be, you're going to be like, well, what? Listen. With everything that we're going to have to navigate, and when I talk to you all about forming your own village, and what we're going to have to start doing in order to be comfortable and be safe, and this America that is going to take, it will take America, just in case you're not clued up, it's going to take America decades to recover from Trump. Decades. Because they've already had a trial run. So they know exactly what they want to do this time. And they are already working to change the fiber of this nation, to take us back and destroy it. And not enough people, obviously, see that coming, because half the nation voted for this man. So obviously none of them see it coming. But you have to prepare to survive it. You can't just live through it. You gotta prep for the fallout of this administration and the havoc it's gonna wreak in your life. Well, how do you do that, Wolf Gardner? I don't have all the answers, but I have one answer. I think when we're talking about these tariffs and you have these big companies like Lowe's and Walmart telling us, hey, be prepared for things to go up and increase in price. You're going to pay more. And when you have companies that are not giving Christmas bonuses to their employees this year because they say, hey, we're going to have to spend more on having things shipped and whatnot. We have to spend more on goods, so we can't give y'all bonuses this year. That's one of the ways that has started. This has started to affect American lives already. You have to prepare for that fallout. One small way, and it may seem insignificant, but it's not, because I'm going to tell you, I've been gardening since childhood. Start you a garden. Start your garden. You're going to wish you had when you're paying $4 for a tomato. Start a garden. Start a garden. You have to think about what's going to be going on with immigration, what's going to be going on with tariffs, what's going to be going on with the economy. And I'm going to tell you, as someone who gardens, I tell you, it's lovely to be able to go out and get groceries out my yard. Cucumbers and green beans and collard greens and mustard greens and kale and onions and corn. It's great to be able to do that. And if you don't garden, let me tell you how to get started real easy. Start with a patio plant of tomatoes, something small. Now tomatoes, even though tomatoes are easy to grow, they can be kind of tricky because you got to keep your eye, a real watchful eye on tomatoes. But they're very easy to grow. Peppers, real easy to grow. As long as it's hot enough, peppers will thrive. You don't have to do a whole lot to them. Just keep them watered. They can be very drought tolerant too. Once they get going and established, put onions in the ground. They take a minute. Same thing with carrots. They take a minute. Put potatoes in the ground. Same thing. They take a minute, but when they're there, they're there. And you can always go back and eat from them. There are entire black communities in places like the Bahamas where everybody on the block got a garden. Everybody. It's just, it's so common. You'd be hard pressed not to find someone in those communities that doesn't have a garden. A lot of people, you're seeing more and more people get rid of their front lawns and either brick them in and put planters in, or turn the whole lawn, and that is if they don't live in an HOA, into a garden. Establish a community garden. It was a sister that I walked through all summer long, and she just had one plot on it, with a community garden, because she didn't have it. Because you can do that too if you don't have a balcony. There is such thing as balcony gardening, porch garden, patio gardening. That's a real thing. It's a form of container gardening. You don't need to have a big old spacious backyard like my own. All my neighbors wonder why I'm never out, why they never see me, because I'm back there behind that big old privacy fence, minding my black ass business and gardening. Gardening is good for good mental health too. It is. When I say the way gardening saved me during that first Trump administration, because you can always go in your garden and you can always think you're going to just be back there for 10 minutes and watch shit, and it'll be 3 hours later. It's great for your mental health. Get you a bench, a stool, a chair or something, and just watch shit grow and drink wine, just like Jody's mama. It's a reason why that meme is so popular. It really, really is. It's a reason why. It is putting hands in soil and watching things grow from a seed. It'll teach you a lot about life too. A lot about human nature, believe it or not. A lot of correlation there. But grow you some food. And if all you can do when you putting your village together, let's just say you only good at growing collard greens. That's all you can grow. Hook up with somebody that's really good at growing carrots and switch. Trade up. Find you somebody that had chickens. Buy your chickens from them. Go in. This is one of the things that I wish I could do, but I just don't know enough people in my area to do it. Go in and buy a whole cow and get somebody that know how to prepare that thing and divide it up. Get deep freezers. Share. Be in community, real community. This is the only way y'all gonna survive this shit. It really is. Just like it took decades and we still trying to recover from Reagan. Trump, this political party, are really dead set on destroying America. And let me tell you why they gonna do it. They gonna do it for the money. They gonna do it for the money. They're gonna part America out to the Russians and the Asians, some other European nations, sell it off for parts. The dollar bill ain't gonna be worth the money that it's printed on by the time Trump gets through with America. And he's gonna do all of it to enrich himself and enrich the people that will help him enrich himself. Don't wait for something to happen to you. Be proactive. Prepare for it. Get you a spiral notebook and write you out a plan on what you want to do, what you want your life to look like. Start with your circle, your village. Pull people in. And make sure your village got the right people in it. Make sure your village has more givers than takers. That's going to be important. It really is. Because you don't want someone in there that's constantly taking from the village and never giving to the village. To the point where the village never has any resources. Everybody got to contribute. Everybody got to bring something real to the table. Whether it's resources or skills. Everybody got to bring something. But in your village, you should have people that know about gardening. And you should have people in it that know about medicinal herbs and remedies. shit gonna get hard. It is. And the people that are gonna feel it the most, the only people that are gonna be comfortable through this are the people that can afford to be comfortable through it. Look at how his administration affected the middle class. Look back, don't forget, think about it. That history wasn't even that long ago. So let's look back at that. Look at how the middle class at one point was all over social media crying, talking about they couldn't pay their fucking rent. Look, them bougie women going into food pantries, being mad because they didn't have vegan options, but they needed the food pantry. All them new poors, how they reacted, and that was right after Trump did everything he could to make it that way, create those situations for them, and they still suffering like they did. Never tied that back to Trump, and Trump is the reason. And people think that because while Trump was in office, Trump did so great. They had health care, they had this, they had money, they had that. Trump had the benefit of an Obama economy. And when he come in, he's gonna have the benefit of a Biden economy, and they're gonna think the same thing. When Trump was the president, and then a couple years, that is, if we can drag him out of there kicking and screaming, that's when they're gonna feel the real brunt of it all. The real brunt of it all. This administration, it's gonna be the middle class and the poors. Or should I say the new poors and the old poors that are gonna feel the brunt of this. He's gonna destroy this economy. And y'all gotta prepare yourselves in little ways for that. Cut back. Grow your own food. Be in community with other people. Prepare yourselves. Y'all have a good day. If you'd like to support the platform, I'll leave my Cash App and Venmo down at the bottom. And happy weekend.